else comes, you're going to share.
Okay.
Okay? This might be
Okay. Okay.
trying to text somebody who might be able to.
What?
Ooh!
Shir Hadash. Shir Adonai Kol Haaretz. Shir Adonai Arihim Shema. Unto God, sing a song. Let the world sing along. Raise your voice, let the whole world rejoice, 'cause we're all just singing this song.
Thank you, Shir Kids. You can have a seat for just a little bit. Good job,
Shabbat
guys.
Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. It is really good to see you. It is really good to see you. What a wonderful thing, right? And it's a reminder of all the places that we've been. Of where we are today, of where we can yet be. We have so many things that are going on in our community this weekend on this Shabbat. We have a 4th through 6th grade retreat going on, which means we have lots of kids with Rabbi Class and Rabbi Nichols, and we wish Rabbi Class and Rabbi Nichols a lot of luck. Good luck with that. We have, right? We have about 50 students actually on the retreat this Shabbat, which is really wonderful, and with Caleb Seidler and with others who are there, which is just wonderful. And we have things that are happening all over the place, but we get to just be here, and we get to see each other, and we get to just have Shabbat. And we're going to welcome in Shabbat by lighting the Shabbat candles and blessing the wine, or grape juice as the case may be. And then we're going to do some celebrating. Are you ready to celebrate? Are you ready to have some Shabbat? Good. Let's do that.
All right. First, we are going to light our candles together. If you are joining us at home this Shabbat, we hope you have your candles ready. Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. And we know that Shabbat is so special. It is a day that is set apart. And one of the ways that we remind ourselves that is special is through saying the words of Kiddush and drinking wine or grape juice. Here we go. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon, inchilanu, zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit, ki hu yom techila lemikrai kodesh, Zecher litziad Mitzrayim, Kivanu v'acharta, ve'otanu kidashta, mikol hamim, v'shabbat kodshecha, be'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu, Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat. Amen. L'chaim.
Do we have any birthdays that are in the month of March for those who are 13 and under? We'll get to the older kids in a second, but 13 and under, any birthdays? I know of a few people who are at home watching online who are celebrating as well. So we are happy to have all of them watching. Happy birthday to you. And since we don't have any here today, anyone in the congregation who has a birthday in the month of March?
Ooh.
Happy birthday, Howard.
Maybe.
Wait, is it in the 20s? Is that, do I remember that?
That was 50 years ago.
No, 50 years ago. 50. I thought it was 49. I really thought it was 49. Happy birthday, Howard.
And we had some more in the back.
Oh, in the back. I'm sorry. In the back. Hi. Hi, everyone. When are your birthdays? 49.
Woohoo!
Happy birthday.
Caroline, when's yours?
Tomorrow. Happy birthday. As has become our tradition, we take a moment to actually share good things that have happened to us. Now, here's what I want to do. is I want to ask you to turn to a neighbor. Now, if you live at home with that neighbor, consider turning to someone else, right? And I want to invite you to just turn to a neighbor and just share with that neighbor one good thing that happened this week. Just something that was just, maybe you noticed the beautiful weather that we had and you took a walk and you're like, Charlotte, I love you. Or maybe it is that you had a good thing happen at work or at school. So turn to a neighbor just briefly and share something good that happened to you this week. Okay, that was good sharing. And since I heard you speaking, I know you have something to share. So what are some of the good things that have happened to you this week? What are some of the things that were just wonderful to happen? Yeah.
I heard about that.
You went, I'm sorry, to Jojo Siwa's concert. Sounds like a huge deal.
Huge deal.
Very serious. Are you the number 1 fan? Yes? Okay. That's awesome. Yeah. A 90 on your science test. Woohoo, that's great. Other good things that have happened to you? Yep, Howard. Thank you. So we brought a check of $750 to the Federation to support the Ukraine, the crisis in Ukraine and the people who are in crisis in Ukraine. Thank you very much, Howard, and for the Brotherhood and for all of the work that's happening in our community to help support Ukrainians in Charlotte. Yes? It was someone's birthday at school today. Did you celebrate? That sounds awesome. I love that. All right. I heard a lot of people speaking. Any other good things that happened? Yes. Congratulations. Mazal tov. Started a new job and anything else over here? All right. Coming to synagogue. How about, for those who feel comfortable without a mask, that's a big thing. For our staff this week, it was the first time we had seen people without masks in like 2 years, right? And that's a huge thing. Yes. Your kitchen's being rebuilt, and are you doing it? No? Okay. Yes. All the masks dropped down at school? That sounds great. That's great. All right. So one of the things that we love to appreciate is life. That we not only have life, but also that our lives have been sustained to reach not just the huge occasions, but sometimes the small little victories along the way. Right? Each and every step of joyous things, of appreciating the world, of celebrating birthdays, of getting 90s on science tests, right? Of getting to wear masks and letting that drop, of celebrating a birthday of a friend at school, right? So many things to be appreciative of. And so we thank God for our lives, for sustaining our lives, and helping us reach each and every day with joy.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehecheyanu v'kimanu v'higiyanu lazman hazeh With all of that joy, with all of that gratitude, we continue with the words of Lecha Dodi, where we greet Shabbat as a bride. The words are on page 138 in your prayer book or on the screen. Lecha Dodi likrat kala B'nei Shabbat nekabela Lecha Dodi likrat kala B'nei Shabbat nekabela Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad Hishmianu el hamiyuchad Adonai echad, u'shemo echad, l'shem u'tiferet, ve'litila lecha dodi, likrat kala b'nei Shabbat, nekabela lecha dodi, likrat kala b'nei Shabbat, nekabela likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha ki hi mekor haberacha merosh mikedem nesucha sof ma'aseh b'machshavat techila lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela hitoreri kiv ha'orech u'miori Uri shir dabiri kevod Adonai alayich nigla lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela Boi v'shalom ateret bala Gam besimcha u'v'tzola Toch emunei am segula Boi chala lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela Ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Baruch hu et Adonai hamivorach
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Devorah Le'olam Va'ed.
Yalalai, lai, lai, 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 yalalai, lai, lai.
I'm going to invite Shir Kids to come forward. And as they do, we're going to all stand quietly. Perfect. We're going to stand quietly and take a moment to take a deep breath. The words of the Shema, the last letter of the word Shema has a large ayin in it. The letter ayin, and the last letter of the word echad has the letter daled is bigger than the rest of the other letters. And those two letters combined spell either ad, which means infinite, or aid, which means witness. And our tradition teaches us that in order for us to be witnesses to that which is infinite, we actually have to just quiet ourselves a little. To take a deep breath, to allow ourselves to listen to our heartbeats and that voice of God within us as we sing out with the words of Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Sing. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shekivot Mahuto, Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Shekivot Mahuto, Le'olam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Amen.
On this Shabbat, we are particularly mindful of our song of freedom, a song that means so much this week, a song that we continue to sing for thousands of years, ringing true in our ears in every age.
Wait, I don't know what this is. Oh, okay. There is so much magnificence in the ocean. The waves are coming in, the waves are coming in. There is so much magnificence in the ocean. The waves are coming in, the waves are coming in. Mi hamoha, mi Adonai, mi hamoha. Oh, Sefele, no Ratzakilot. Oh, Sefele, I've been waiting in the velvet sea. Whoa, 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 I've been waiting in the.
Thank you, Shir Kids.
Come sit down. Every night, when the sun starts to go down, we sing a song, a prayer, called Hashkivenu. And it's intended to be a lullaby. A lullaby because sometimes darkness is scary. A lullaby because each of us could use a hug sometime. And it's a language of love. It's a language of a hug. It's a language that says there will be a tomorrow. And just like the Shabbat candles burn brightly at night, even if it's dark outside, there will be light tomorrow. And there'll be light that we choose to kindle in our lives.
Give us a place to rest our head, God. Help us understand that you're right here. When we sleep throughout the night and wake with morning's light, we know you're right here. We may come and go, come and go. We're not alone. Hashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu, L'Shalom. V'hamidenu, Shomreinu, L'chaim. Why are you here? To shield us when we close our eyes to give us peace of mind. Adonai, Adonai, you'll always be right here. We may come and go, come and go. We're not alone. Hashkiveinu Adonai Eloheinu L'Shalom. V'hamidenu Shomreinu L'chaim. Shalom. V'hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim.
We are about to sing the words of the Shamroo. And the Shamroo is in a place that is right before our Amidah. So we're going to sing the Shamroo together, and we're going to move right into Adonai Sifatai Tiftach. And then after that, we're going to leave silence for silent prayer. So these next two prayers are really our preparation to get ourselves in a place where we can move into silence, where we can connect with the prayers that are in our hearts today, with the thoughts that are on our personal, private minds today, the prayers we want to offer between ourselves and God. So first we sing the Shamroo as an anchor into Shabbat, as a reminder of the gift that is Shabbat and the gift that it is to gather with one another. And then we sing Adonai Sifatai. We'll all be standing. There's some really beautiful English in this version of Adonai Sifatai, and I hope you'll join with everything as we then move on our own into silent prayer. The Shamroo. V'shameru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat, ledorotam, berit olam. Beini uvein b'nei Yisrael, oti le'olam, ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et ha'aretz. Yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai 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 lai lai lai. Uvayom hashivi shavat vayinafash. Uvayom hashivi shavat You are blessed and you are holy. You are blessed and you are praised. You are blessed and you are faithful to the ones who praise your name. You are kind and you are healing. You are cleansing of my soul. You are loved and pure and gracious. You are real and make me whole. Adonai Svatai Tiftach Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha. Open my lips for your praises, they'll show through your graces. Open up my lips. Open up my lips. You are wise and you are sparing. You are merciful and clear. You are utter perfection, no more wrong directions. I'm loved and I am here. Adonai Svatai Tiftach Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha. Open my lips for your praises, they'll show through your graces. Open up my lips. Open up my lips. Open up my lips. Adonai Svatai Tiftach Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha. Open my lips for your praises, they'll show through your graces. Open up my lips. Open up my lips. Open up my lips.
We continue in silence.
May the words I say and the things that I feel be embraced by you, my parent, my God, my friend.
There are many people who are in need of healing, of mind and body, in spirit and soul. And I want to invite you to share the names of people that you're thinking about this evening, either out loud or silently in your heart. And as we go around the room, we'll collect the names and then add them to the names of those in our community and pray for them, for a refuah shlema, for a wholeness and healing. As my eyes go around the room, I invite you to share the names. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Baruch atah Adonai Rafeh Cholim. Blessed are you, O God, who supports, who comforts those in need.
Misheberach avoteinu mekor haberacha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen.
Misheberach imotenu mekor haberacha lavotenu.
Bless those in need of healing with refuah Shema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit,
And let us say,
Amen.
I'm going to need some help telling a story tonight. And it's going to have to come from all of you. And in the telling of the story, it's possible that you're going to have to make some noises. Now, hopefully the noises that you learned when you were a young person, but we're going to see. So, once upon a time, as our rabbis tell us, there was an elephant. And there was a monkey. An elephant and a monkey. And usually elephants hung out with other elephants, and monkeys, they hung out with other monkeys, but not this pair. This elephant and this monkey were best friends. And so we have to make sure that we would hear what it sounds like for an elephant or a monkey. So let's hear the elephant friend first. If we can hear our inner elephant, okay? On the count of 3, I want to hear all of you do your inner elephant. 1, 2, 3. It's like, from this perspective, it's like watching how each of you may have learned we had hand motions, we had all sorts of things. That was a lot more fun for me than probably for you. So thank you. All right. And then we had the monkey. Now let's hear your monkey in Achad, Shayim, Shalosh. That's great. So we had a monkey and we had an elephant, and they were friends, and they did everything together. They hung out together. They used to like frolic in the bush together. They used to have just so much fun. And of course, the monkey would sometimes get help from the elephant, and actually the elephant would sort of swing the monkey on his trunk and then throw him up in the air and catch him. And sometimes the elephant had an itch on his back, and of course the monkey would climb up and just kind of scratch his back. And they were just such good friends. And they had so much fun hanging out. And then one day, as sometimes friends do, they got into an argument about something. And the elephant, we're going to hear the sound of the elephant, and the monkey, really, again, much better for me than it probably is for you, right? But the elephant and the monkey, they got into a debate, and the elephant said, "Monkey, it's clear that in all of the jungle here, I am the most important, right? I mean, it is clear I am the biggest, I'm the baddest, I am the most important here." And the monkey said, "That's really funny, because I am the fastest, and I can swing and I can climb like you can't. I mean, elephant, have you tried climbing that tree?" And the elephant said, "No, I don't need to climb the tree, because I can knock that tree over." And they got into this debate, and the debate went on and on and on, and they couldn't decide who was more important, and each of them thought that they were the most important. And so they decided to settle it. They decided to go to the smartest animal they knew, which was an owl. Ready for your owl? That sounds more like a peacock. That sounds more like a peacock. All right, but it was good. All right, so the owl heard their debate and heard the elephant's side and heard the monkey's side, and the owl said, "I'm going to settle it." Over there, a long distance away, there is, across the river, a tree. A very tall tree, and that tree is very old. And on that tree is a golden fruit. And whoever can get that golden fruit for me is clearly the most important. Go. Well, the elephant, who had longer strides than the monkey, started to walk pretty quickly, and the monkey could barely keep up. And they started walking towards that river and walking towards the river, and the monkey was just exhausted by the time they got to the river, and the elephant saw the river and decided, "I'm just going to go through." And so all of a sudden, the elephant got down into the river and started to go through and looked back at the monkey, and the monkey had gotten into the river, and the current was too strong, and it looked like the monkey was really struggling. And so the elephant turned back and said, come onto my back, and we'll go across the river together." And the monkey got on the elephant's back, and they crossed the river, and then they got to the other side, and they got off, and they walked together up to the tree. And the elephant said, "Well, since I got you across the river, I got to go first." And so, raising his trunk, like all of you are about to do, that's great. I see some of you not raising your trunks. All right. Raising his trunk up, he tried to grab the golden fruit, and nothing. And then the elephant did what elephants do and started to actually try to knock the tree over. And guess what? that old, huge tree was not going to be knocked over by the elephant. So the monkey said, well, it's my turn. And then the monkey scrambled up the tree, got to the fruit, picked the fruit, came down, and the elephant was kind of upset. Said, okay. They walked back towards the river to go back to the owl, and then the monkey realized there was no way that he could get across the river without the elephant too. And so, once again, the monkey got onto the elephant's back, they crossed the river, and they walked back to the owl. And the owl said, well, which one of you brought me this beautiful golden fruit? And the elephant looked at the monkey, and the monkey looked at the elephant, and they realized that actually they'd helped each other. No one had done it alone. And the owl said, you're right. Neither of you is more important, but you can do great things together. In our Jewish tradition, it's all about that idea. None of us is more important than the other, but we can do great things together. Perhaps you've had a time where you realized that because of someone else, you were able to accomplish something that you never thought was possible. Perhaps a friend, a parent, a teacher, a loved one helped you do something, or you helped them. And in our Jewish tradition, in the weeks that we talk about the building of the tabernacle and the building of our temple, no single person did it. Everyone did it together. No one could claim that they were more important, because everyone did it together. Shabbat Shalom. We rise with the words of Aleinu L'Shabeach.
Aleinu L'Shabeach La'adon HaKol, page 586. La'tet Gedula Le'yotzer Bereshit, Shelo Asanu Kigoye Ha'aratzot, Velo Samanu Kimishbechot Ha'adama, Shelo Sam Chelkenu Kahem, Vigor Aleinu Kechol Hamonam, Va'anachnu Koreim, Umishtachavim Umodim, Lifnei Melech, Malchei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, V'ne'emar V'haya Adonai, Lemelech al kol haaretz, Bayom hahu, Yeh Adonai echad, Ushemo echad.
Please be seated. At this time, we think of our loved ones whom death has recently taken, those who died at this season in years past, and those whom we've drawn into our hearts as our own. On this Shabbat, we're in the period of Shloshim, the first 30 days after the deaths of Joshua Emil Blyer, Robert J. Gentile, Janet Horsley, Harriet Honey Kreidel, Mona Lieberman, and Jean Simmons. We mark with sympathy and sadness the yard sites, the anniversaries of the deaths of Besson Jack Abrams, Ann Barr, Arj George Barrell, Robert T. Benjamin Jr., Judy Biber, Sam Block, Thor Keem Borison, Bernice Brass, Sonia Burke, Lorenza Kagadis, Sidney Burt Chaskey, Howard Cooper, Harriet Cohen Davidson, Sylvia Diamond, Dolores Dubbs, Samuel Fleet, Morton M. Fox, Joseph Friedlander, Gloria Mado Glazer, Luis Goldstein, Doris Gross, Walter Gutman, Howard H. Hyman, Marion Herman, Pam Herron, Jennifer Hunt, Alan Jackson, Samuel James, Frank Mack Jones Jr., David Joseph, Craig Kirsch, Elizabeth Klein, Gladys Lavitan, Louis Elliott Levine, George A. Levy, Frank Norman Lewith, Gregory Marks, Clara Meiselman, Samuel Mendelson, Dave Miller, Stephen Mitchell, Muriel Palanker, Raymond Redlick, Stanley Resnick, Marion M. Rothman, Mildred Millie Seidler, Bernice Sherman, Eva Simmelwitz, Jerome Smith, Betty Smolin, Fred Smolin, Paul Spill, Adelaide Stein, Lillian Sutker, Herman Urowski, Joseph Vogel, Bernard Weinberg, and Sanford Wine. I want to invite anyone else who has a name to share to please do so out loud. We remember as well all who died in the Shoah, the Holocaust, especially this week as the Babi Yar Memorial was bombed by Russia. And those who died defending the state of Israel, and our American servicemen and women who've given their lives for our freedoms. Zichronam livracha. May all of their memories be for a blessing as we say the words of Kaddish Yatom, the mourner's Kaddish. We rise as one congregational family with the words on page 598. Yitzgadal vayitzkadash shemei rabba, be'alma divrach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uvyomechon uvchaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'gala uvizman kariv v'imru, amen. Yehe shemei rabba mevarach le'olam u'lamei olamaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yithalev v'yithalal shemei dekudisha barichu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tush bechata v'nechamata, da'amiram be'alma v'imru, amen. Yehe shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. Osei shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen.
Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen.
Please be seated. So we have a lot of things that are happening. As I said, the 4th through 6th grade retreat is happening this Shabbat, and we are so happy that Rabbi Klass and Rabbi Nichols are being tortured by our kids. Having a great time with our kids.
Both of our kids.
Both of our kids, too.
Yeah. And your kid, too.
And we have a lot happening. We have Purim coming up, a celebration of Purim. And Kiana, do you want to tell us about what's happening with Purim?
There are so many things happening with Purim. For the littlest among us, next Saturday is our Purim Tot Shabbat, March 12th at 9:30 in the morning on Shabbat. And then on Sunday, we have a family craft for all ages at 10 a.m., and our Purim Spiel, Reality Bites the Megillah, a very 90s Purim Spiel, starts here in the sanctuary at 11 a.m. You should definitely spend time this week designing your best 90s outfit that you want to wear here next Sunday for the Purim Spiel. And then finally, on the eve of actual Purim, the following Wednesday, March 16th, from 6:30 to 8:30 at Old Mech, Rabbi Class will be there to hang out and toast and nosh with whoever wants to join her.
We have a service of healing that's being led by our Rabbi Emerita and our Cantor Emeritus, Rabbi Judy Schindler and Cantor Bernard. And that's happening next weekend on Saturday, March 12th at 5:30 p.m. on Zoom. And I want to just draw your attention to the Israel Scholar in Residence weekend that's happening on really a month from this Shabbat, on April 1st and 2nd. The family Shabbat service is going to be all about Israel, and that will be at 6 p.m. And then there's a Shabbat evening service with our Israel Scholar in Residence, Dr. Ken Stein of Emory University, who's coming up here from Atlanta, and also going to be teaching us on Friday evening, on Saturday morning a Torah study, and a community conversation on Saturday evening with a Havdalah. We're really excited to learn from Dr. Ken Stein as we sort of continue to approach both Israel, but also Israel in relationship with the larger world, which is really his expertise. With that, we're going to conclude our service.
With that, we're going to conclude our service. And while we do not have words projected, I am extremely confident that you can get the chorus and that that's not going to be a problem, and you're going to be here with us. All right, are you ready? Here we go. In this house, in this house, it all comes together in this house. In this house, in this house, it all comes together in this house of God. In this house beats the heart of a family. In this house is the center of a community. We study and we pray, find meaning in each day. In this house, in this house, in this house. In this house is the spark of God's creation. In this house there is joy and celebration. By song or by word, your prayers will be heard. In this house, in this house, in this house. In this house, in this house, it all comes together in this house. In this house, in this house, it all comes together in this house of God. In this house we can shelter, we can clothe and feed. In this house there is always help for those in need. A stranger makes a friend, becomes inspired again. In this house, in this house, in this house. In this house, in this house, it all comes together in this house. In this house, in this house, it all comes together in this house of God.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, and a special thanks to Caitlin, Patty, and Rick. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.